All right, family. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Link Diamond News. The time is 3:58 a.m. in the morning as I get ready to work, and today is January 5th, 2021. And let's go ahead and get it started. All right, from YahooFinance.com, we look at the S&P. All the market futures are up. We're going around. S&P, Dow, Nasdaq, and Russell's are all up. Get over here. The FTSE 100 is up. Nikkei 225 is down. You see Bitcoin is continuing to take it. Bitcoin US dollars, they got a little bit of a pullback. We see how far it goes. S&P, the CMC crypto is looking down as well too. All right. So that's from YahooFinance.com. We're going to switch back over. Let's look at the 10-year bond. You see the VIX is up. You see more currencies. The GDP to the US dollar is down. The US dollar Japanese yen is down as well too. All right. Let's get into some precious metals here. We got Kitco.com. We're gonna look at the New York spot price for precious metals. Excuse me. We see we're up across the board except for palladium. Palladium is down. All right. Then we switch down here. Let's go to the world spot price. The world markets are open right now. U.S. is closed. We see gold is down 70 cents. Silver is up 10 cents. Platinum is down. Palladium is up, and rhodium is 50. Is the asking price is 17,000. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some news. All right. New release from the Department of Labor. All right. We get into this one. Okay. You see these numbers here? They revised the numbers up for the final week of the 2020. The week ending in December 26th. That was the last full week of the month. For the month of December 2020. And as you see, they revised the numbers up. Total numbers went from for the weekly jobless unemployment claims from 818,250 to 819,000 of 750. All right, these numbers continue going up. They keep revising and revising and revising. All right. See, these are the charts they got down here. All right, and then we skip down here to unadjusted data. These are what they haven't adjusted yet. Normally, these numbers get revised upward. All right, they'll tell you one number and then they come back and revise down, revised up. I'm sorry about that. So go ahead and look at the Department of Labor unemployment claims. You can go from the time they started, all this code 45 stuff started, and go ahead and just look up. You'll see the unemployment numbers climbing and climbing, climbing. But look even before this all got started, you'll see the numbers were climbing up and up and up. All right. So let's go ahead and go to dollarcollapse.com. Overconfidence meets impatience. Set up crash of 2021. See what this article and what is happening is that people are becoming more and more impatient with the market. They want to get their money in and get their money out. So they're investing. They're looking at these stocks that keep going up. They're looking at Bitcoin. They're looking at cryptocurrencies going straight to the moon. And then all of a sudden they get in. They don't get in when the rally begins. They get in toward the middle and toward the end. And all of a sudden when they start pulling back, and now they're out. All right, this is reminiscent of what happened just before the Great Depression. If you go back and look at all the videos, the real videos about the Great Depression, you'll see that there are many people who bought in stock market. The big wigs bought in at $20, and as soon as the price reached 50, they sold, and everybody who bought in at 45 and who came in at 50 got crushed. This is what's happening now. It's the same old process over and over again. The big wigs got in when it was at 27. And they're riding the wave, and then all of a sudden they're gonna ride it, and then they'll wait for a little pullback. They'll put in a pullback themselves, get more people in, and then they'll sell a little bit, and then shoot it up again, and all of a sudden when it reaches what they feel like they're good to go, they'll pull the trigger. And remember, they bought in at 20 when Bitcoin dropped all the way down to 2,700. All right, and they're just waiting and waiting and waiting. All right, don't be as they say. The old saying goes, a sucker is born every minute. All right, so please be patient. Don't have impatience and be trying to look for a quick come up and with money, with fiat currency. All right, so our next story here from ZeroHedge.com. Morgan Stanley warns market ripe for drawdown as risk reward has deteriorated materially. All right, do you see more and more of these big banks come out? They come out and they're sending these warning signals. Family, I tell you, they go by universal law, which means they have to tell you, they have to give you warnings after warnings after warnings before they finally institute the crash, because they don't want karma coming back to haunt them. All right, karma is real. Don't mean to sound superstitious or anything, but that's what's going on. So when you start seeing these big banks warning that there's going to be a market drawdown, heed their warnings and pay attention. Before every single crash, there was warnings from major financial institutions, major banks, and everything in their mama was sounding the alarm. Most people didn't want to believe it. They don't really pay attention to it. They're too busy listening to the they just say to the outright people don't know what they talking about, and these talking head pundits, these talking idiot heads in cheap suits and dresses. All right, this is what they do. But let's read behind the go to the alternative sites and read their headlines, and they'll tell you exactly what these big banks are putting out, and these big financial institutions and hedge funds. They're putting out a market is ripe for a crash, so pay attention to them. All right. And then we got our final story here. This is from John Williams at shadowstats.com. Let me load it up a little bit for you. All right. So we go over that one. This latest number is dominated by rapidly softening, strengthening the upside revisions to residential construction November 2020. November numbers are coming in. Don't expect numbers for December to start coming in. They're going to delay 2020 numbers pretty much for the next couple of weeks until they figured out that this election is all over with and everything is said and done. They're going to hold off, and they're going to hold off on everything in 2020 until they figured out that people are not paying attention. Then they're just going to release the numbers. All right. So go ahead and get a hold of JohnWilliamsShadowStats.com. Go ahead and read those numbers. All right. And don't expect numbers for December to come out until later on. All right. In the full year, and the full devastation of the financial situation in 2020 don't come out till maybe like March or late April, or they may keep it for the whole 6 months before they finally go ahead and release it when they think people are not just paying attention in 2020. All right. So once again, family, I want to thank you for joining us edition of Melanin Economic News. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Remember, you are your own best financier. Become your own banker. Become your own savings and loans. Become your own credit union. You are your own best financier. Take care of your family. Be safe. Get ready for this market. Get ready for this inevitable market collapse. All right. This is not just here in the U.S. This is global. This is worldwide. All right. Once again, thank you for joining us another edition of Melanin Economic News. Once again, let's get it started.